Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 5 of What If Naruto Had Madara sealed inside of him at birth. Remember to give this one to 100 like as usual, share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new series over in Making 2 of What If Naruto Lost Everything and Went to the DC world. And enjoy that guys. I also post a brand new series over in my print as well. What if Naruto had the Shinigami essence sealed inside of him? So go ahead, enjoy that as well guys. And yeah, if you're new and need have 4 channels that I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new, I'll be planning talking about to all of you. So yeah, without wasting any more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. So the last time that we left off, things were a lot different for Naruto ever since he was adopted into the Uchiha clan family. He also got his sight back. Weeks had passed as Naruto got his sight back, as he was now living with the Uchihas, a home living with Shisui, as everyone here treated him like a normal person. Naruto felt love. For the first time, he felt love. Other than when he was with Hinata, there hasn't been another time where he felt this kind of love. As Naruto felt so happy that his life had turned out into something this much better than he ever expected, it was a wonderful feeling that just coursed through him with such joy and happiness. As Shisui had promised to train him when he returned back as he headed off on a mission, as there was something going on in the Hidden Rain, so Shisui and Itachi went to go and investigate. They came across a battle of the lifetime. Hanzo was facing off against Yaiko. Hanzo was a powerful veteran ninja, however, Yaiko had the Rinnegan, and his power seemed to far exceed what Hanzo had to possess. The both of them clashed with a vigorous that shook the land, as everyone was up on the podium watching. Most of the people up there hated Hanzo. Hanzo was nothing but a dictator to them, using and, well, treat them like garbage, as most of them would give anything to see him lose all the power that he had. So they want to see, yes, they want to see Yaiko win. In the end, Hanzo tried to use and overpower Yaiko, but Yaiko proved to be a force of nature with the Rinnegan, as he was able to conquer and pull gravitational force and crush Hanzo in a ball. However, he used a bit more power than he expected for the planetary devastation, as he made Hanzo the gravity of center. The problem was, he started to fall. However, he was called back Honan and she whispered that he won. The people up above started to cheer. They started to cheer as they possibly can go the loudest, as everyone was overjoyed and happy. They have waited for this day for so long for finally the tyrant to be removed from their country. Yes, because Hanzo was nothing but a tyrant and now he was finally gone. The people were cheering and buzzing in excitement, happy for their new leader. As for Naruto and Sasuke, they end up pulling pranks all over the village. As they end up pulling a prank on, well, by mistake, Hayashi. Hinata had saw Naruto, she was in shock. However, Naruto had to run off before he could see her. Hayashi went after them in a fit of rage. But a good thing Shisui appeared and took the boys away, as he substituted them with a log and vanished off. When they returned back, Fukaku was not pleased at all. However, when Shisui told him who they pranked, Fukaku went inside and started to laugh, as he laughed as loudly as he could, finding the whole thing rather enjoyable. As Naruto was becoming closer and closer to the family. As for Hinata, they did not let she see Naruto. The only reason why she knew about Naruto and his blindness now was because of Neji, and Neji told her everything. As for her, they wouldn't allow her to leave the clan compound. No matter what, they just wouldn't allow her to leave, saying that she'd be better off protected in here. And it's not like she could really fight off against all of them to get her freedom. She just wanted to be there to see Naruto-kun, but as the time passed, that was getting harder and harder to do. Months passed, as they were talking about the academy at the Uchiha's house. As they spoke about it, Fukaku was warming up a lot to Naruto and Sasuke even more. As Fukaku used to be a stern man, but now he was getting warmer and warmer maybe. It was Naruto rubbing off on all of them. As Naruto had basically become a part of the family, always staying over there. Always eating breakfast and even dinner over there sometimes. Having sleepovers with Sasuke. As they were going to join the academy, Itachi told them not to rush in anything. As him and Shisui end up rushing through the academy. And, well, all of them had to do D-rank missions, so there's no need for them to rush. They can spend more time there while training and getting stronger, so the boys agreed to do so. But Mikato said that, well, someone else had to be there on their team. After all, each team possessed 3 members, the last member being a girl. As Naruto had an idea, as he wondered if his thoughts could become reality. With Hinata being on their team, it would be perfect. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the playcheck of yourself. So let's begin this new episode. Begin now guys. 7-year-old Senju Hinata sat on her bed. She sighed as she picked up her fox doll, holding it in her hands. Today was gonna be a huge day for her. She was entering in the academy. Being a Senju and being a part of the Hyuga clan, she had a great burden on her shoulder to be talented. Hayashi had spent the past 2 years training her, and he made himself clear that she would not embarrass him and he would not tolerate any embarrassment from her towards the clan and himself. Anything being below first was a failure to him. She must be at the top no matter what. Neji, however, had a different perspective on that. Neji was a year older than her and he was attending his 2nd year of the academy. It wasn't surprising that he finished at top of his class. He was talented beyond belief. She had no doubt that if he desired, he could have graduated in 1 year and become a genin. He was strong, even stronger than her. Something Hayashi always tried to bring up. Hayashi was one of the cruelest persons that she could probably ever imagine. He trained her harshly, cruelly, every day, leaving her bruised and ashamed. He would constantly tell her that the bruises will remind her to honor the clan, but they did the exact opposite. It surprised her that Hisashi, it was Neji's father, Hayashi's brother, was related to him at all. Hisashi was nice. He was much more of a father to her than Hayashi was. In fact, she think of him as a father. Whenever she was in training or sleeping, she spent time with the branch family, who she thought was much nicer than the main family. He would treat her wounds, teaching her things that will help her form and progress, so that next time she trained, she will be better. Hisashi was powerful. He certainly knew what he was talking about, which was surprising for a branch member. She wondered for a moment, without that seal, who was stronger, Hisashi or Hayashi. But that didn't matter though. She liked Hisashi like a father, which technically made Neji her brother, not that he minded. Ever since she could remember, he treated her nicely, like she was his sister, almost delicately. He treated her like she actually mattered, not because of her last name, or because of her chakra. It was because of who she was. He would always encourage her to do her best so that one day she would become a powerful clan head. But there was no way she wanted to become a clan head. In fact, she wanted nothing to do with being a ninja at all. There was only 2 reasons why she was attending the academy. The hope that one day she could become a medical ninja. Hinata had wonderful chakra. There was no questioning that. She could do amazing things with her chakra. Hisashi told her that her chakra was the strongest and purest in the world. But regardless of power, she wanted to heal rather than hurt. But why even become that? Because of Naruto. He was basically the reason why she wanted anything. He was the first light in her world, the first one to truly care about her. He was so precious to her, yet he was treated like scum to the rest of the village. They beat him, hurt him, and so much more. Whenever she found him beaten in the orphanage, she had wished to the gods that she could heal him somehow. But she never had the talent. But she would. She would become the best healer in the world. But would that be enough for Naruto? Physical pain was not the only thing he had to deal with. There were times when she would find him hiding behind a tree and crying to himself. Back then she hadn't thought much of it because she was so young. But now she has grown and she started to think more about things that she witnessed in the academy, revolving Naruto behavior. She knew that physical pain was not the only thing that plagued him. Mental pain was Hinata-sama. Her thoughts were cut off as there was a knock towards her door. "Come in," she said. The door opened as Neji walked in. As she placed her doll to the side, Neji was wearing loose training clothing. She was wearing a similar style, however her fabrics were more stylish and elegant, but they were also loose as well. You do know that today is the beginning of your ninja career, correct? He asked in a knowing voice, however there was kindness there. She jumped off the bed. Of course I know, she said, placing her hands on her hips. Really? Well, I just thought you would be a little more excited. After all, today should be the day when you meet this Naruto you always talk about. Her cheeks turned red, as that made Neji smirk a bit as she tilted her to the side. Bullseye, he thought. As she started to stutter. I'm excited. I'm just... As Neji grabbed her hand, pulling her out of the room. Wait, she said. I didn't bring my kunai or any other supplies. Neji chuckled lightly as he shook his head. What a joke, he said. It's time you find out how weak other kids are your age compared to you. And how much of a better child would they have than you? Hinata raised the eyebrow as his tone became a bit dark in the last sentence. Better childhood? Whatever, he said. As he turned towards her with a look. You should be fine. I finished at the top of my class. In a long shot. No competition, however. Father tells me that you have quite the interesting classmates. She looked up towards him worriedly. Really? She said. What would father think of her if she was in the top of the class, she thought. Yes, said Neji. You have a bunch of children of the clan heads. Even the son of a head ninja. I think he's a Nara in your class. What else? The Akamichi heir. Yamanaka. Inuzaka. And Uchiha. Both of them paused, hearing that voice behind them. They immediately straightened up as they saw that it was Hayashi. Beside him was his young daughter Hanabi. Both Neji and Hinata would laugh, as the girl had a stern look on her face just like her father, but she was a little bit too small and cute as she crossed her arms. I don't care about any of the other clans, Hayashi said. They are not competitions for the Hyuga, however, the Uchihas are actually talented. There are many that think they're a better clan than the Hyuga. Both Neji and Hinata remained frozen in that state. Hayashi may not be one for screaming, but his words were sharper than kunais when you want them to be. That is when you're going to prove them wrong, Hinata. Neji did well last year, for a branch member, to demonstrate the power of the Hyuga. His Byakugan was activated at a young age and his skills towered over all. I hope, I pray, that you will do the same. You will not bring shame to the Hyuga. And you will not in any way let the Uchihas become superior to our clan. With that, him and Hanabi walked away, leaving Neji and Hinata alone once again. However, the good mood that they were in just went away like that. Why don't we head over to the kitchen, said Neji, looking at how shaken up Hinata was. As he saw her poke her fingers together, he knew from experience it was a bad habit she fell into whenever she was worried. He needed to make sure that she was more relaxed when she entered the academy on her first day, and cooking somehow relaxes her. Come on, he said, edging her on. You can make us both lunch for today. No thanks, she said. We don't have lunch today anyways. I should go in my room and meditate before I present myself to society. With that, she walked off quietly to her room, leaving a very pissed off Neji behind her. He hated Hayashi for what he did to her. What did he expect to get out of mentally torturing her? Why would he want to ruin her excitement for the day? Neji stormed off in the opposite direction. Whenever he got steamed up like this, he would take his anger out on dummies that the Hyugas had marked with the Uchiha crest. Time skip. Uchiha backyard. As Shisui smiled, looking down towards his two students. Naruto and Sasuke were clearly excited for the academy, and he was happy for this. The academy was a fun time for him. Him always competing against Itachi to see who would do better. He was sure that these two would do the same. Now believe me, you two are going to be surprised when you first attend there. Shisui spoke up, gaining their attention quickly. He loved how the both of them clutched onto whatever word he said. The academy is meant for those who haven't been trained yet. So a bunch of kids who don't have ninja for parents are going to show up. Itachi, who was standing next to Shisui, nodded his head in agreement. Which is why I can safely say that you two could skip every single day of the academy and still become genins. Surprising. Itachi has the right idea, Shisui said, grinning at his friend. You two are going to have to plan out how you want to graduate, Itachi said. At this statement, the boys were confused. What do you mean? Sasuke asked, not understanding. Well, when you graduate, you don't pick your own teams. They pick teams based off the ability of the students. So I'm guessing that the best students get put together to make the best genin teams and the rest don't become genins, Naruto asked. Naruto had read a lot about ninjas, so he was quite surprised that he hadn't read about how they select genin teams. Actually, it's the opposite. They put the best kid with the worst kid. And because there are 3 on a squad, they add in the best academic on the team. Naruto and Sasuke eyes widen as they heard that. That's one of the team they have every year, Itachi said. And the other team, some of them are chosen off their strange abilities. But one team each year is defined by the best overall, the worst overall, and also the best academics. Sasuke slumped on the ground, his mind reeling with ideas. What did this even mean? So if we want to be in a team together, Sasuke said, coming to a conclusion as Naruto finished for him, one of us has to be the worst in the class, said Naruto. Not exactly, Shisui said. One of you just have to be the best in academics. That means one of you has to spend some time in the books and do purposely bad on the non-academic stuffs. Naruto's eyes brightened at that. Yeah, I get it now, he said. So Sasuke could be the best overall, but get a few things wrong on the test. And I can ace the test and pretend to be bad at everything else, said Naruto. Itachi and Shisui both nodded as they glad the 2 boys understood. Yep, that's the game plan, Shisui said. And come time for genin selection, I can request Sasuke Uchiha because we're both Uchihas. Then Naruto, you will be on my team automatically. All of them understood what had to be done, and it made sense. The academy was some sort of joke after all, so they would play along and act out their roles. Also, Itachi said, there's going to be a Hyuga in your class, and you know how we all feel about that clan. Naruto and Sasuke both nodded as they did not like the Hyugas. They have a kid attending your class. Dad want me to tell you guys the importance of outclassing her in every single way. Do you understand? Itachi said. As Naruto and Sasuke both nod their heads, they would show the Hyuga clan who was best. Time skip. Both boys were walking together, their final destination being the academy. They had it all planned out. Sasuke will be the overachiever. Shisui claimed that he didn't even have to try hard. And Naruto would be the bookworm because he already had a vast well of knowledge. And then they will be on the same team together. When the academy finally came into view, they could see the parents dropping their kids off. Fukaku did not actually bother with this, which made Sasuke and Naruto feel proud of themselves. Fukaku trusted them enough as he knew that the academy would not be much of a challenge, which was rather refreshing. Looks like the parents think that this is a daycare center, Sasuke said, as he placed his hands in his pockets. Both he and Naruto wore the Uchiha shirt with the symbol in back. However, Naruto's shirt was black and Sasuke's was blue. Tan shorts and pouches on their sides. What a joke, Naruto continued, as he was just as relaxed as Sasuke, as Naruto's eyes started to snap around from left to right, looking for a particular Senju who was supposed to be showing up right now. His heart was beating fast, as Sasuke was able to notice Naruto's nervous look, as he smirked. Are you looking for that one girl you told me about, he asked, as Naruto nodded. I'm actually excited to meet her. If she's anything like you told me, Sasuke suddenly stopped walking, as Naruto turned to look towards him as he stopped talking as well. What's wrong? Sasuke immediately grabbed Naruto and pulled him behind the tree. What's wrong? Naruto asked. It's him, said Sasuke, as they crouched. It's the guy. The one the dumpster blew up on. The one that chased us and Shisui saved us from him. The rival of our clan. The clan head of the Hyugas. As Naruto turned, it was a cold-blooded adult, the one who had nearly... Naruto's thoughts came to a complete stop when the man turned around, revealing who was standing in front of him. Hinata, Naruto thought. I wonder who that girl is, Sasuke said. Or maybe I don't want to know. If she's related to Hayashi then, she's probably just a prick as he is. Sasuke laughed as he turned his head to Naruto, wondering why he was not amused in the slightest. Anyway, I guess that she's the one we have to outclass, right? He asked, more now talking to himself than Naruto. She doesn't look that impressive, he said, as Sasuke waited for the man to drop his daughter off and leave. They may be late for class, but Sasuke was afraid of that man, the sheer bloodlust that came from him when he had saw them, noticing that they were Uchihas. It was bad. 10 minutes later, classroom. Hinata sat in the back, as her eyes scanned down below her, trying to find him, trying to find that blonde hair. However, she couldn't see him anywhere. She took a deep breath. She was not to socialize, she remembered. She was not to get distracted from her studies. She was not to mingle with other clan heirs. And most importantly, she was not to disgrace the Hyuga. Strange. She wasn't even a Hyuga herself. Hyuga this, Hyuga that. She wasn't even the damn Hyuga. Settle down, students. A brown-haired man says he stepped inside. It took a while, but eventually everyone quieted down as the brown-haired man smiled. Great. Before we start everything, let me look through the list here. Everyone checked off their names, correct? Haruka, the teacher of the class, scanned through the list. It was then that he noticed 2 people were missing. Wait, where was the door suddenly opened? As Naruto Uchiha walked in, his hands in his pockets, instantly murmurs went through the class. It seems that this kid was well known for several reasons. Originally, he was known as a delinquent, then a Uchiha. What exactly was he? Uchiha Naruto, Naruto called out to his sensei, making sure to announce the Uchiha part. Loud and proud. Sorry I couldn't come on time. We ran into a little trouble. The door opened behind him once again, however, a bit more roughly this time. As Sasuke walked in, Sasuke seemed rather pissed off as he was a bit roughed up, as he ignored everyone and walked straight up Naruto. Not cool, bro, he said. Not cool. As Naruto shrugged, I thought it was pretty cool. I am sure that they did too. On cue, the door opened as 2 Chunins came in, as they looked pretty roughed up, breathing heavily as they waved towards Haruka. We want to apologize to young Sasuke here, they said sheepishly, as Sasuke ignored that. We were trying to tackle the little brat. However, he must have used a substitution or something, because we end up hitting Sasuke. Sasuke scoffed as he crossed his arms, as Naruto laughed. I'm sure it's fine, and young Sasuke doesn't seem to be injured. You can leave now, he said slowly as the Chunins left, as he checked off Sasuke on the list, being the last one, as he already checked Naruto's name. What has he gotten himself into? A class filled with so many clan heirs, not to mention a kid that was known and also being able to use substitution already. You 2 can take a seat in the back. We have a full classes here, so all the seats are taken. As Naruto was too busy holding his laughter to notice that Hinata Senju was 2 seats away from him, watching him with widened eyes. Alright class, let me introduce myself. My name is Haruka Mino, but you may refer to me as Haruka Sensei. I will be your teacher for the following next 4 years, if you choose to stay in the program. As you all may know, you have joined the academy to become ninjas. Well, you think you want to become a ninja, but you don't really know. At this, some of them start to chatter as they wonder, what did he mean by that? Right now, I'm sure that most of you want to go on fun and cool missions, and you just want to become powerful. Well, if that is true, I would like you to reconsider your future profession, he told them. Being a ninja is not about selfish desires or fun. It's a matter of life and death. If you become a ninja, I can guarantee to you all that eventually you will face death. All of you, whether it is yourself or your teammate, death will come to a ninja in many ways. You think that being a ninja is about being cool? Do you think that being a ninja is choosing about whether or not to kill your teammate or failing to complete a mission and causing a war? The class was dead silent, even a few that was chatting in the back, as Haruka dropped his famous ninja speech on these children. Let me explain to you what being a ninja really means. As Naruto scoffed as Haruka was placing fear into the other kids. Wow, this guy's laying it on hard, Naruto whispered to Sasuke, who was still a bit pissed off. Don't change the subject, Sasuke said, as he elbowed Naruto in the side. I still can't believe you would use the substitution on me. As Naruto chuckled, still thinking that it was funny. Come on, you know those Chunins would want to harm you, the heir of the Uchiha clan. The looks on their faces when they realized that they had captured you instead. As Naruto started to laugh, causing Haruka to stop his speech. Quiet down, Naruto, he said, causing everyone to glance towards them, as he cleared his throat. As I was saying, Naruto brought his laughter down to a muffled chuckle as he tried to calm down. Sasuke couldn't help but smirk as well as he thought about it. The looks on the Chunin faces were pretty funny. They almost seemed like, hey Naruto, Sasuke said, as he noticed something. That Hyuga girl, she's staring at you like she wants to fight or something. As Naruto turned his head, when he did, his eyes widened, like they were about to pop out of his skull. As Naruto was looking at the face of Hinata Senju, as she smiled at him, Naruto's body was about to eject out of the seat. However, he remembered he just got reprimanded by the teacher already. As he calmed himself down, he motioned for her to scoot over towards him. As she did, Naruto reached out and took her hand. Hinata-heim, he said, holding on to her like she would vanish. He didn't know what to say as he looked at his first best friend, his first precious person that filled his world with light. Hinata shared the same excitement as she allowed Naruto to hold on to her hand, lost in his deep blue eyes, which radiated sheer excitement. They were finally together once again. Sasuke was confused by this. As he leaned back in his chair, he would wait until the class was over to ask Naruto what the hell was going on. Hours later, after their first half day at the academy, Naruto and Sasuke walked home. Sasuke was a bit put off. He was a Uchiha and so was Naruto. They were raised to outclass and hate the Hyugas, not befriend them. After they were out of sight, Sasuke turned and looked towards the blonde, who was in his own world at the moment. "You care to explain?" Sasuke said, snapping Naruto out of his daze. The blonde Uchiha looked at Sasuke curiously for a moment, before he finally realized what he was talking about. "Oh, you mean her? You refer to the girl that he was chatting with the entire day." "That was Hinata Senju," Naruto said, like that made everything clear. "I already know her name, idiot. Wait, did you just say Senju?" "That girl's a Senju as well?" Sasuke said, surprised. As Naruto realized that Sasuke seemed rather angry, it then clicked in his mind. The Uchihas hated the Senjus and the Hyugas. "Trust me," said Naruto. "She's nothing like the stupid Hyugas. She's not even a Hyuga. She was just adopted by them." That apparently did not sit well with Sasuke, as he did not calm down in the slightest. "She's the girl I told you about before. We were in the orphanage together, and she was the only one nice to me. Before we were adopted." Sasuke crossed his arms. He did not understand why Naruto was so friendly with that girl. He thought that Naruto just randomly started to talk with her, for no apparent reason. "Your friend was a Hyuga Senju," Sasuke said in disbelief, shaking his head. "What a bummer. I was actually excited to meet her as well." "You should still be," said Naruto. "She's really nice and funny as well. You will get along with her once you get to know her, and she likes training much as we do." Suddenly, something clicked in Naruto's mind, and his eyes widened. "That's it," he said. "She can be our other teammate," as he tried to get Sasuke to agree with him. However, Sasuke was not amused in the slightest. "What are you talking about? We have a plan, remember? You be the smartest, I be the strongest." Having her would mess everything up. She's supposed to be strong as well. The realization hit Naruto. As he lowered his head, their plan would only work for the two of them. He hadn't thought about where she would come into play. She would have to be the worst student. She's a Senju and a Hyuga. There is no way in hell that she would be a worse student. Naruto's shoulders slumped even more. It was such a good plan as well. But it could not work. "Maybe we can let her in on the plan," said Naruto. "Maybe she can be the worst on purpose and fit in." Sasuke snorted, rather amused. "I don't even know Hayashi, but just by looking at the guy, what do you think he will do to Hinata if he find out that she's the worst in the class?" As Naruto remembered the aura that came from the guy, Sasuke was right, he would do something bad to her. "Besides, I still don't like the idea of having her on our team." "I don't know, let's talk to Dad about it," Sasuke said as they start to walk. As Naruto was in deep thought. Time skip, Uchiha clan. Fukaku's eyes widened. He thought that he would get a casual report about the first day, but instead he heard this. "You're telling me that you were in the orphanage and you befriended Hinata Senju, who is now under the care of the Hyugas?" He asked Naruto, wanted to know if he heard correctly. Naruto nodded, although a bit slowly. "And this is the girl who you want to be on your future genin team?" he asked once again. As Naruto nodded once again, Sasuke looked towards Naruto, before he looked toward his father, as Naruto was a bit nervous, out of all the girls in the world. As Fukaku started to massage his forehead, "You're friends with her." Mikoto, who was present in the room, thought about the situation. She wasn't even a ninja, but she knew about the tension between the Uchihas, the Senjus, and the Hyugas. But still, she spoke up. "Well, I don't see such a problem with it." Naruto's eyes widened hearing her say that. "I mean, the Uchihas have always been fighting with the Senjus. Do we even know why?" she asked. Both Naruto and Sasuke turned their head towards Fukaku to see if he knew the answer to that one. "They're our rival clan," he commented. "It's been that way since the beginning of our clan." Mikoto nodded, almost like she proved her point. "See? And what's the point of continuing this rivalry? What do you benefit out of it?" Fukaku thought about it hard. His first answer was to say, to prove our superiority. But now there wasn't any Senju to prove that to, since they had all been wiped out. "I don't see a little problem between, a little friendship between the clans," said Mikoto. Itachi and Shisui at some point had entered into the room, but they chose to be quiet for now. Hinata is going to be the head of the Senju one day. Why wouldn't you want her to be friends with Naruto and Sasuke? In the future, our clans could be friends with one another, That will make us stronger. Fukaku shook his head though, not liking the idea at all. Mikoto-chan, he said, trying to reason with his wife. You don't understand, the Senjus have always been enemy with us, before this village was even created. We fought against each other for money and power. One country hire a Senju, the enemy country would hire us. We do not fit together, he said. Mikoto sighed, somewhat aggravated at the stubbornness of Fukaku. For some reason this wasn't an argument between Fukaku and Naruto anymore, as she had taken over. Don't be stupid, she said, causing everyone's eyebrows to raise. We're in the same village now, and she's the only Senju that is left. Now that Tsunade has abandoned us, if she were to befriend Naruto, the entire Senju would befriend the Uchiha. Thus us fighting against each other would be a waste of time, effort and money. So why not be friendly? Fukaku grumbled as he muttered something about tradition and honor. However, Mikoto smiled as she knew that she had the edge. You're forgetting that this is Naruto we're talking about. How would you feel if your father did not allow you to befriend me, and outside of the clan? She asked, causing him to frown and look away. Exactly. We haven't even met this girl yet. She could be very nice. How about this? How about we invite her to dinner one of these days, and get to know her a bit better? The room would have felt completely silent if it was not for the sound of Fukaku yelping as he fell out of his chair. Sasuke gasping in protest, Itachi almost choking on his drink, and Shisui laughing at the scene before him. As Naruto looked towards Mikoto with widened eyes, she gave him a smile and a wink. When everyone had recovered, Fukaku looked towards his wife like she was crazy. You're crazy, he said. No, you're insane. Mikoto frowned, upset that she wasn't getting her way. Come on, Fukaku-kun, she said, as her tone of voice changed completely. Please, she said, fluttering her eyes. Do it for Naruto. Fukaku groaned as he hated the situation that he was in. If he neglected his wife now, he would be suffering for the next month or so. Fine, he said. We will invite her over for dinner. The room erupted in commotion with Naruto and Shisui cheering, Itachi and Sasuke complaining in disbelief, and Mikoto giving her husband a hug in thanks. Naruto smiling in happiness as he thought about introducing Hinata to his family. He will have to tell her tomorrow about it. Later that night, Fukaku was in deep thought as he looked at the ceiling. What's wrong, honey? Mikoto whispered, as she rolled over towards his side. Nothing's wrong, he said. I'm just thinking about Naruto and the Senju girl that he likes. Oh, and what's wrong with that? She said. Again, nothing. It's just, this is a big thing for our clan. The Uchihas and Senjus have historically been enemies. Would this be best for us? For us? Mikoto giggled to herself. For God's sake, Fukaku, he just wants to be her friend. It's not like he signed a peace treaty or anything. It's just friendship. Fukaku sighed as he looked up. You're right, he said. It's not like they're gonna get married or something, right? A grin came on her face as she looked towards him. Maybe. Or maybe they will. Fukaku almost gagged, causing her to laugh to herself. What was with Uchiha's hating Senju so much? It was almost funny. I don't think you've thought about this. I mean, think about it. When Hinata grows up with the Hyuga, what do you think they will make her do? They're going to make her marry one of their own. That way, they will have control over the Senju clan and merge your bloodline as well. But if Naruto marry Hinata, then the Uchihas get the Senju bloodline limit, and the Hyugas cannot incorporate her in their bloodline. Fukaku paused as he realized what she said was correct. Why hadn't he not thought about it like that? The Hyugas will grow powerful, maybe stronger than the Uchihas if they integrate to the Senju. But if the Uchiha control the Senju? I'm joking, Fukaku. Mikoto laughed. They're just kids. And marriage is about love, not control or power. Fukaku nodded though, as perhaps he would support Naruto's relationship with Hinata. The benefits were far too tempting not to mention. He would enjoy the look on Hayashi's face greatly. It would be quite the scene to laugh at for years to come. Yes, dear. I understand completely. As for Naruto, he was by himself in his room, as he was thinking about everything so far. His mind then literally spoke to him. There's something else you can do. Naruto cocked his head, believing that he was speaking to himself. Yes, you could be the worst in the class and let Hinata be the smartest. Naruto raised an eyebrow. That could work, would it? It would. Fukaku is much more accepting to you. Hayashi will also treat Hinata better if she's one of the top students in the class. And Sasuke will still be at the top, making the Uchiha still at the top. Naruto nodded, agreeing with his thoughts. He would do it for Sasuke and Hinata. He would be the dead last, the dope, but it would be worth it. Indeed, a team of genins all possessing dojutsu that will place you ahead of everyone else. Naruto shook his head. No, he thought, confused by his own thoughts. Hinata doesn't have a dojutsu, she's a senju. Ah yes, my mistake. Very well. A team with 2 dojutsu user and a senju. Naruto nodded. Wait a second. I don't have the Sharingan either. Oh, that is true as well. Once more. A team with a Sharingan user, a senju, and something much greater. Naruto shook his head. Was he being too cocky? It wasn't like he was anything special. You shouldn't be humble. You have so much more than anyone else. You will shape this future. No, the future depends on you. Why was he thinking this? As Naruto wondered if he was losing his mind or something. No, you're not. You just need patience. Your time will come. The time will come whenever villagers that ever disrespected you, no, everyone that ever disrespected us, will regret it when they see us in full power. Us? Naruto wondered since when did he have a dual personality. Maybe he just needed sleep, yeah. A lot happened today. He was overthinking things. Rest now, child. Tomorrow is going to be a big day for you. Time skip. Yaiko. He was now 18 years old, as he was now the leader of the Hidden Rain. Their Kage. He stood up from his throne as he strided across the small room. When he reached it and he brushed away the curtain that was covering the exit. Stepping outside, the powerful wind blew his orange hair as he brushed it behind his head. Ignoring the wind and rain, he walked forward until he was at the edge of his metal building. Yaiko Base now was a gigantic metal tower that indeed towered over the entire Hidden Rain and could be seen from the entire village. And the entire village could be seen from here in front of him. The rain continued to pour down, thunder clouds raging above. But even with all the noise, the city below them, he could sense going on behind him. She walked up and wrapped her arms around his waist, embracing herself into him. The two wore identical outfits, dark robes with high colors, with a one piece that had a red line down the middle. I'm so close, Yaiko said, his Rinnegan eyes looking up in the storm clouds. I can feel it, the peace going on, the peace that will fall upon this world. I have already helped this country. The Hidden Rain is no longer a battleground of slaughter. I am the only leader and there is no war. There are orphanage and schools. There are no more starving children on the street with no food. Konan nodded. You really did, she said happily. She turned him so that she could look right in his eyes. He smiled at her, noticing that she had placed a paper flower in her hair. You really brought peace to the Hidden Rain. But the world is so big. How can you imagine bringing peace to all? Yaiko looked down towards her. My power. The power that was given to me by my parents. It's the strongest in the world. With my eyes, with my chakra, I can bring peace to the world like the sage did before me. I will spread my religion and people will be forced to follow it. The world that we live in, it's evil and corrupt. Villages are led by sinister council members who eradicate their own clans to maintain their own power. I will need to control each and every village, like I control this one, and I will have to do it by force. There will be those against peace, those raised and bathed in blood. I will have to kill them, but for a purpose. For soon the world will be cleansed of war, and no more blood will be shed without a purpose. I will need a group. I cannot fully understand each village unless I have a member from each village in my group. You want to take one person from each village, she asked, curious to what he was planning. Of course they would talk about this every day, but this was the first time he mentioned this part. Yes, basically, 1 or 2 from whatever village I can recruit from. I'll need power. I can have information on each village then, and I will know what it takes to overpower them. A group of powerful ninjas, those who will leave their village by choice. Perhaps I will even use those who have been cast away from their village. And with that power I'll be able to take over each village and become the leader of all, just like with the Hidden Rain. And then, when all are under my command, the world will truly be in peace. Those are big plans, she said. You'll have to be a god to have power over all these villages and those people. With my power, I am a god. A god amongst blind fools, he said. Konan sighed, she embraced him once again. Remember all those years ago? You said that when you became god, you will have the power to stop all of this rain. Can you do that yet, she asked. Her tone was a bit jokey, as she knew that controlling the weather was impossible. Yaiko released her as he turned to the heavens. She gasped. Did he take her seriously when she said that? Suddenly, he clapped his hands together. Conan had to step back, as a large, obscene amount of chakra was being released out of him. He then raised his hand to the sky, his Rinnegan eyes blazing with power. For several moments, nothing happened until the rain started to weaken. Conan gasped as she held her hand out as she felt the less and less rain fall in her hand. Eventually, after 10 seconds, the rain ceased completely, leaving her speechless. The clouds started to disperse until a single ray shined down upon Yaiko. At this point, Conan fell backwards, staring on what she was seeing. With a streak of heavenly light that shined down upon him, he really was a god. Apparently, everyone started to see this as well as they started to gather, looking up at their leader with absolute awe and wonder. Most of the people had never seen the rain stop. This was the first time in their life they had seen it stop raining. And they could see the light shine upon Yaiko, showing who was stopping the rain. The village fell quiet in wonder. People rushed out of their house to see, as they heard the rain stop falling. Yaiko turned as he walked back to Conan, his breath a little bit heavier than before. As he kneeled in front of her, seeing that she was on the ground, their eyes were met in a gaze that was locked together. "Yes, Conan," he said, "I can stop the rain. For you." With that, he pulled her closer as their lips pressed together. She willingly accepted his approach as she leaned forward into the kiss. The world was perfect for her now. There was peace in the village. The rain had temporarily stopped, and she was with Yaiko, her only remaining precious person in this world, and her true love. Time skip. The next morning, Naruto sat with Sasuke eating breakfast at his house. He had walked over with Shisui. The meal was a bit insolent as Naruto could tell that Sasuke was still a bit sour about the whole Hinata business. Still, it gave him some time to think about the strange conversation he had with himself last night. I have a new plan," said Naruto, causing everyone to look towards him. "One team has to have the overall best, the smartest and the weakest. Hinata cannot be the weakest. Hayashi would not allow it. He's too mean. But she can still be the smartest." They all looked at him in mild shock at that statement. "Sasuke, you can still be the strongest too." "I'll be the weakest. Hinata will be the smartest and I'll be the weakest," said Naruto. "That way we can all be on the same team." Fukaku's eyes widened at that. Naruto was not his real son, but still, he wanted what was best for him. "Naruto, think about this carefully," he said. However, he saw something in the child's eyes, a resolve. A stone-solid resolve that would not waver. "Would you really be the worst for this one girl?" "Yes, I would, Dad," said Naruto, causing Fukaku's eyes to soften. "This girl is special. She was the first one to be nice to me, when everyone else would always hurt me and make me cry. She was the only one to show me kindness. I would do anything for her," said Naruto. The place was silent once more. It was hard to say no to him after he said something like that. Fukaku sighed. "Very well," he said. He glanced towards Mikoto as she was smiling at him. He looked towards Itachi, who shrugged in indifference. Shisui had a big smile on his face. "I'll support you, being last in the class, but you still have to graduate." "Great," said Naruto as he jumped up and rushed towards Fukaku as he hugged the man. "Trust me, you guys will like her," said Naruto. "She's really nice and awesome." Fukaku chuckled at Naruto's enthusiasm. He was like his real father in so many ways. He just hoped that this decision was for the best. "You played them like a pro kid." Naruto flinched as those thoughts returned to his mind. He didn't play them at all, he had just told them his true thoughts. "Sure, but either way, you got the job done. Well done." Naruto shrugged as he smiled at his family. Later that day, training grounds. Shisui and Itachi were currently in the woods where they had set up their own individual training area. The two were practicing together, also discussing what was on their minds. They were best friends all their life after all. "This is so cool," Shisui says he punched into the dummy. Itachi turned to look towards him, assuming that the dummy was not what he was talking about. "What?" he asked. Naruto and Sasuke planned, he said as he appeared behind the dummy in a flash. It's their first year and yet they already have plans to beat the system. "I'm so proud of them." As he wiped a fake tear from his eye, Itachi chuckled at that. "Yeah, I guess they are. That girl though, it's the one that he went out on a walk with when we were spying on him," said Itachi. "How could I forget?" That's when Naruto first revealed Madara's powers. Hey, you ever wondered what Madara is doing inside of Naruto anyway? Or the Kyuubi for that matter, I mean, do they talk to each other or something? Itachi shrugged. "I don't focus on things like that. I have more important things to worry about." "Tuh, yeah right, you're still an Anfu. I'm going to be a full jonin soon, and I'll get all the ladies. It was Itachi's turn to scoff. You couldn't get a girl to like you even with a genjutsu. As Shisui's eye twitched at that. Not that you're looking for any girls. You had your eye on that one girl since you were 5. Shisui's cheeks turned unusually red as he turned his head away. Don't bring that up, he said, and you're one to talk. You haven't talking with that Uchiha girl that you also have your eye on. Tuh. Itachi simply shrugged, controlling his emotions well. I could if I want to. Most of the time I turn down all the other girls who are clinging to my feet, he said. With that, Itachi started to walk away. Hey, where are you going? Itachi turned around slowly. Oh, I'm just gonna stop by a certain ramen bar, and perhaps I'll use my charms on a certain girl that works there. With that, he sunshine away. Shisui's eyes widened as he flashed away as well. At the academy, Naruto, Hinata, and Sasuke sat at the back of the class. Regardless of the fact that Sasuke knew that Hinata was special, he still had to sigh and roll his eyes when Naruto turned to talk towards her. I still can't believe that you're Uchiha, she said. I'm so happy that you're finally adopted. I was always worried that you would never get adopted, she said. And that Naruto had to pick up where she stopped as she could tell that she was choking on her words. Yeah, the Uchihas are awesome, he said. They're really nice, and they're like my giant family now. I met Sasuke, Itachi, and Shisui, and I basically have a mom and dad too. Hinata nodded, but on the inside there was a spark of jealousy. She wanted the best for Naruto, of course she did, but why couldn't she be adopted into the Uchiha clan as well? Well, how about the Hyuga, said Naruto, as he immediately noticed that she hesitated, causing him to raise an eyebrow. Well, they're okay, she said. Well, that was not exactly a lie. Hisashi and Neji were nice, and the Branch family were nice as well. Naruto frowned as he looked towards her worriedly. Naruto reached out and took her arm, confusing her as he pulled up her dress, causing the sleeve to roll up, as Naruto's eyes widened when he saw the several bruises on her arm. What are these from? Naruto asked, looking into her eyes, to make sure that she wouldn't lie to him. As she turned away from his gaze, they're just bruises from when I train. I hit the wooden dummies, too hard, she said. Once again, Naruto's mind told him no. Gyugen doesn't use 4 arms. They jab at chakra points, closing chakra pathways. If the opponent hits you hard enough, it will probably leave a bruise, just the same size as she has. The voice in his head spoke up. These are Gyugen bruises, said Naruto. Hinata's eyes widened in shock. How had he known so easily? Once again, the voice in his head spoke up. I've always hated the Hyugas. I would never train any Uchiha by cruelly hurting them in training. I care more about their growth so that one day they could benefit my clan, not hate it. I would never divide the clan into 2 parts either. It is just not my thing. Naruto nodded, agreeing with his thoughts. He cursed as he was aggravated with how the Hyugas treated Hinata. He wished that she could spend more time with him, with the Uchihas. That way Hayashi wouldn't be able to hurt her when he was not there. Hinata-heim, said Naruto, as he looked towards her again. He noticed her cheeks became a bit red, but he thought nothing of it. If the Hyugas are ever training you too hard, you know that you can always run away to the Uchihas. To me, said Naruto. Promise me, you won't let them hurt you. There was so much care and kindness in his words, as they hit her deeply. As she looked up towards him. Alright, Naruto-kun, she said. As Naruto gave her a smile, his ears then tuned into the teacher Haruka to hear what was going on. So basically, to sum up what I was saying, we won't be learning any tough ninjutsus or anything, just the necessities of what ninjas need to know. But before I do that, I need to assess the current level of the class. So everyone, follow me outside. Time skip. Naruto was outside with Sasuke and Hinata next to him. Alright, to start us off, can anyone tell us what a jutsu is? Hinata was looking down as she didn't want to stutter out or misspeak. She would bring shame to the Hyugas. However, Naruto nudged her in the side. She was confused, as he motioned for her to answer. But she didn't want to disappoint Naruto, although she was confused. She raised her hand. Yes, Hinata. Do you know the answer? Haruka called on her, glad that someone raised their hand. Well, several children did, even a pink-haired girl that was bouncing up and down in front of him. Yes, Hinata called out. A jutsu is an art that a ninja uses in order to battle or other reasons. Jutsu utilize chakra and a certain and specific amount is used to manifestate the correct jutsu, often assisted by hand signs. Jutsus can be classified into 3 basic forms: ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu, though there are many other forms that can be put under like hainjutsu and also kinjutsu. Haruka nodded, clearly impressed. The girl was smart. He ignored the jealous and whining looks of the pinker girl who clearly wanted to answer as he moved on. Very good, Hinata, he said, as Naruto smiled towards her, causing her cheeks to go pink once again. You got it perfectly. A jutsu required chakra, energy that comes from within us. There are many ninja clans within the class right now. So does anyone know any ninjutsu, he asked. Naruto went quiet as he would not raise his hand. He need to be the worst in the class. Great. How about some example from you guys? He looked around towards the kids raising hands. Shikamaru, what ninjutsu do you know? Shikamaru wondered why the hell did he raise his hand. He just thought the guy would make him skip out on some future examples if he thought that he already knows some jutsu. But he had to just point on him right away. How troublesome, he said. As he walked to the front. I'll need a volunteer. Ino, he called out. Ino was a childhood friend of his, and this was a good way to get back at her as he smirked. You better not try anything stupid with me, you hear, she said. She knew that he was smarter than he looked. However, Shikamaru simply shrugged, as he focused his chakra and performed the basic level of his family, hidden jutsu, the cage main jutsu. As his shadow extended forward, Ino yelled, tried to jump over it, but he wasn't even aiming at her. She landed on the shadow. To the disappointment of the students, though, nothing happened. Shadow technique successful, Shikamaru said. Haruka nodded in approval as he knew all about technique already. The students, though, were not impressed. Until Ino cried out, Hey, let me go, she yelled. Shikamaru waved his right hand as Ino raised hers. As the class realized that he was controlling her movements, he then started dancing rather silly, causing Ino to dance as well. The class started to laugh. That's quite enough, said Haruka. Shikamaru let his shadow return back to him, as he got several high fives from the guys. Alright, another example. Sasuke, can you show the class any of your jutsus that you know? Sasuke nodded as he strolled towards the front confidently. Turning his back towards him, Sasuke went to hand sign. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. As he released a gigantic fireball. It came in contact with a wooden dome in the opposite side, as it burst into flames. Even Haruka was shocked. For someone his age to already know a powerful jutsu like that, this kid was going to be something great. Now that he thought about it, Sasuke had the uchiha symbol on his back. In order to wear that, you have to know this jutsu. That means, why didn't Naruto raise his hand? Haruka thought to himself, as Naruto was also wearing the symbol as well. Naruto, he called out, as his eyes fell towards the blonde, who was trying his best not to be seen at the moment. Damn it, Naruto thought. Sasuke impressed the class, as everyone was gasping at what they just saw, but the teacher now called out towards him. You used this substitution before in that tuning. Would you care to perform that one more time for the class? Naruto had to be able to perform ninjutsu, after all he had the seal. The class was expecting a lot, as they saw the symbol on his back as well. I'd rather not, Naruto called out. Haruka raised the eyebrow, at Naruto being annoying. Besides, I think we've seen enough examples of ninjutsu. Haruka sighed, but he didn't want to pressure a student into something that he didn't want to. Very well, class, he said. Let's return to our room now and begin our studies. Naruto sighed in relief. But this was gonna be really hard, he thought to himself. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs over the other channels. Yes guys, I indeed have 4 of them that I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day guys. And also, remember to stay tuned for the rest of what is coming your way. So without further ado or wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode begin? Now guys, what am I saying? Let's get the hell out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.